So, I bought nothing in the month of June. No makeup, no skincare, no clothing, no accessories, no mugs, no stationery, nothing from everything that I love. And technically, my no-buy was a success, but emotionally, it just felt like a consumer rehab. And I want to tell you the entire story because if you're thinking about doing a no-buy, I want you to know about how it really feels like. I want you to know about the cravings, the irritations, the wish list, the things that I wanted but went out of stock because I waited and haven't purchased them. And I want you to know about the little victories, about the tips and the tricks and what really helped me along the way. It wasn't pretty, but it was powerful and it was important. And so let's start talking about it. I'll put my coffee down because it's so heavy. Oh God. Okay, so in one of my latest videos, I did talk to you about the fact that I want to go on a full no-buy in the month of June. Not just a low buy, because low buy is kind of a gray area for me. And I wanted to heal my consumerism habit. I wanted to shop less for economical and ecological purposes, but I also wanted to focus my attention towards growth, not just financially, but also in my personal life and in my business, in my career. I was looking for a new job, which I finally did landed. Yay. I'm starting now in the month of July. So this July 1st, I'm filming this today after I actually went through the entire month of June without shopping. So the categories that I wanted to do a no-buy in the month of June were actually the categories that I tend to spend the most of because this is what I love to shop. So makeup, skincare, jewelry, shoes, bags, clothing, and perfume. But perfume, I knew that I'm not going to be shopping for anything when it comes to perfume because I've started a no-buy year in January 1st, and we've passed now for the first 6 months of the year, so 50% gone. And I haven't shopped for anything as far as perfume since the beginning of the year, which I'm super proud and happy for because that way I get to truly enjoy the perfumes that I do own and love. And some of them are getting used up. Some of them, you probably seen one of my latest videos. They are for example, my Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is getting used up really quickly because I do love that one. My experience of a no-buy was a little bit problematic because I think I just chose the wrong month to do a no-buy in. I chose the month of June without really knowing what is going to be happening. So a couple of things that happened in the month of June that actually made this no-buy significantly harder is that, first of all, I live in Israel and we had a war with Iran. And that means that I couldn't really enjoy all the things that I do own and have. So all of my beautiful makeup, all of my beautiful dresses, all of my beautiful perfumes, I couldn't really wear those because we were quarantined in a way. It was, think about COVID all over again. We couldn't go to work by law. I mean, the government told us nobody can go to work. We couldn't go to shop. All the shopping malls were closed. We couldn't go to beautiful restaurants and cafe with friends. We can go to the cinema. All of the activities that we usually do and that we dress up for and that we put our best foot forward for were closed. So all of my beautiful makeup, I didn't even got to wear them. All of my beautiful dresses, I didn't even got to wear them. My beautiful, nice jewelry, I didn't got to wear them. And so that made me kind of crave for more. I wanted to enjoy something again. And that really enhanced my craving towards to new eyeshadows and new dresses and new beautiful stuff. I just wanted to have beautiful stuff. And you know how people in COVID used to say, well, oh, you have to dress for yourself. Even if you're not going anywhere, you can put on a nice dress on and you can do your makeup. It's not a vibe. When you are in a war, you are in a bunker. You don't want to sit on the floor with other people in the bunker while you're being bombed with your nice little dress. It's just not a vibe. And I know people said that in COVID, but I truly cannot resonate with that. I do my makeup when I know that I'm going to be seen in the world and that when I know that I'm going to be participating in some kind of normal life activity. Things hopefully are better now. We have ceasefire, and from July 1st, we are not going to, which is today, I'm going to go back to work. Luckily, I have a new job. And so we've been working from the office 4 times a week and then 1 day from home. So that gives me plenty of opportunity to wear all of the things that I do love and own. So that's the first thing that happened. And think about it. Remember COVID, you were like in your home, or I don't know, you were quarantined, you have so much more time to do nothing but to browse. Most of the time you do have internet connection, you do have electricity. And so you actually spend your time browsing your favorite stores just to see what there is. And yeah, people say, oh, you can use that time to study or to learn something new. No, you can't. You can't. You're super anxious. You're not in a good mental state to now focus on a book or now focus on, I don't know, something, a skill that you want to study. You're just wishing time to go by. And going out online, browsing on stores, that's the best thing. That's the easiest thing to do to pass your time. So this happened. And then second thing is, you can tell by how things look. I'm in a temporary residence before I have to move out again. And to be honest, that takes a really big mental toll on me, because I've been having a really unstable childhood. When from age 0 until age 18, I moved 9 different places, and I promised myself that when I'll be an adult, I won't have to move so much. And I'm not keeping that promise. And so that was emotionally hard, and that made me crave shopping even harder. It made me crave comfort. It made me crave for something shiny. It made me crave for something new. It made me crave for something pretty, because I just wanted a little bit of a dopamine hit, and I needed that more than ever. But I keep promises that I promised myself. I promised myself to do a no-buy, and I stuck to it. I bought nothing. And I do want to mention that because I feel like people have failed me so much in life so far, promising stuff to me and then didn't follow through, that when I promise something to myself, like doing a no-buy, I'm going to stick to it. And so I did. So I don't know if it was just a crappy month or if doing a no-buy is crappy, but cravings were there all the time, and I needed to fight them all the time. And in the first 3 weeks of the month, it was extremely hard to resist. But then in the last week of the month, it was just easy. It was so easy, maybe because I already got the job that I wanted, or maybe because I just got accustomed to being in somewhere new and looking for a new apartment, and then accepting the fact that it's going to be another move. And I think I just managed to go through the consumerism rehab in a way, dopamine hit rehab. And I think that when I got accustomed to the fact that there are no new packages coming in my door and new unboxings happening and just enjoying something new, I think that once that my brain kind of processed that this is not going to be happening, my dopamine is not going to come from there, the next week after that was incredibly easy. And I'll tell you what we'll do. I did promise myself that when I am going to land the dream job that I wanted, I'm going to be treating myself with a couple of shirts that I did wanted. And I am going to buy those shirts. They're not that expensive. Each shirt is about $10. And I think it's going to make me feel really nice in the beginning of the job. I did try those shirts on, and they're in excellent quality, and I really love them. For anything else that I might want, I'm going to do a no-buy again. So again, this month, no makeup, no skincare, no other clothing, and no accessories, even though there are a couple of things that I really wanted. One of the frustrating things that happened in my no-buy month is that, as I told you, I was browsing online, and maybe this is something that you would prefer to avoid if you're on a no-buy, and if you can help it. I mean, if you're not in a war, I think you can find something else to do. So one thing that was a bummer that did happen is that I saw the skirt that I wanted. It was a blue satin skirt that was midi and was for petite women, and it's so hard for me as a petite to find something that sits right. I wanted to order it, and I saw it going out of stock, like in front of my eyes. I saw it when it was just 5 units left, and you know that you get that message that it's low on stock, and I saw it going to 2 until I finally saw it going out of stock, and now I cannot get it. Even though I'm out of my no-buy, I cannot get it. On the brighter side, the things that were actually nice that happened, I have this full wish list of things that I wanted to buy in the beginning of the month, and then throughout the month I kind of managed to teach myself not to want them, or I managed to figure out that I can do without those, that I don't need those. And I'm going to share a couple of things that I did wanted and haven't bought because I think it's interesting. First of all, I wanted for the new job, I've been wanting for a long time, a long pleated blue skirt, and I found one that I really loved that was also with a little bit of floral print on it, and I really wanted to get it. It's beautiful, it's flowy, it's feminine. You can tell that it's a comfortable skirt, and I really wanted it. But for some reason, after a month, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't have that beautiful blue floral pleated skirt, but I can do without it. I don't have to have it, and that's fine. And now I don't even crave it anymore. And then another thing that I really wanted was the Twilight eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. And I'm a 90s baby, so you probably can imagine how I feel about Twilight. I don't know, it just holds a really nice memory to me, and I love Colourpop shadows. I really do think they're in a great quality. They're better quality than my Naked eyeshadow palette. Like the eyeshadow, the formula itself is better in the Colourpop one. And I was on the Colourpop site. My favorite lipstick, the one that I wear every single time, that I just want something quick to put on without thinking about it, is this one. This is Cabaret by Colourpop, and it's about to be used up. I mean, I can tell when I pull up the doe foot applicator, I can tell that it's about to be used up. And I just wanted to see if I can order it. I was not planning to actually do, but I went to the site and of course it's discontinued. I cannot order it anymore, even though it's my favorite lipstick. But this is when I saw that Twilight eyeshadow, and I don't only want it because of the Twilight thing. I actually think the colors are extremely beautiful, and for the longest time I wanted a light blue matte shadow that I don't have in my collection at all. And so I really wanted to get it. As I said, I don't think I would actually order it. I just wanted to add it to cart. So now I do feel actually okay with that not being in my collection. I do want it, but I am okay with not buying it, because I was also thinking, okay, let's say if I buy all those things, let's say that I buy the skirt that I wanted, let's say that I buy the eyeshadow that I wanted, where am I actually going to wear those things to? As I said, everything was closed and I couldn't even wear the things that I already own and have. So how could I shop peacefully knowing that I don't know when the war is going to end? Is this going to be several months things like COVID? I don't know. I told myself, you know what, when the war is over and everything opens up again, I can see if I can think about adding new stuff to my life. But also, I'm on a temporary residency, as I told you, and I only had to pack several things. I couldn't bring everything here. This place is quite small. And so this is all the makeup that I packed with me. It's not my entire makeup collection. And I do have just 2 perfumes in here. Not everything that I own is here. And then I only packed a capsule wardrobe, not all of my clothes. I need to be aware of the space that I am for now. Things will be better in the future, but for now, this is what I'm working with. And I need to stay grounded and aware for that. I also really wanted a gold leafy earrings that I saw, that I think they are such as showstoppers. They're so beautiful, and all you need to wear with them is just maybe a little bit of lipstick or a goldy lip gloss and a white tee, and you look amazing. I thought, okay, in my new job, all I have to do in the morning if I don't want to get ready is to put on a white tee and a pair of jeans and some heels and those gold leafy earrings, and I'm ready for today. I'm beautiful. And so that is something that I wanted. A trick that I heard somewhere, and I don't remember who said that, is that when you're doing a no-buy, and I'm sorry that I cannot, give credit to that influencer who said that, but if you're doing a no-buy, or if you're trying to avoid spending, what you have to do every single morning before you open your social media or before you shop, to go through your bank account. Just deal with it. It can be nasty sometimes and can be uncomfortable sometimes. Open your bank account first thing in the morning and look at how much money you have. And that was a good tip. I mean, I saw money accumulate, and I saw that you can see the graph of how much you spend. My bank app is giving me some graphs of how much spending do you have, or how much earning do you have, and how balanced things are this month. And that was really nice. That was really nice to see that. I saw money accumulating instead of, I haven't saw as many minuses for each expense as I usually do have. To conclude everything about my no-buy, it was crappy. The first 3 weeks were really, really crappy. They were full of craving and rehab symptoms of not doing something that you're used to be doing. But I feel like the last week was really rewarding because I just let go of wanting new things and I was suddenly okay. And I was sort of happy that I haven't bought all the other things that I did wanted in the beginning of the month. I was happy that I haven't spent money on them because now I crave them less. And then, on the other hand, there are things that I really did wanted in the beginning of the month, and now, 30 days later, I still want them. So, for example, the couple of shirts that I told you that I'm going to be getting, I'm probably going to be getting, and give myself something that I promised myself to do, which is rewarding myself for the new job that I managed to land, a job that I really wanted, and worked really hard to get. It was 7 interviews. 3 of them were in offices, and then the rest were phone calls. That was an intense hiring process, and that's okay. This is how things are in my industry. I am working in tech, and this is just how things are. But other than that, I think I did pretty well. So it wasn't the nicest experience in the world, but I think that once you go through the first 3 months of rehab symptoms, give yourself that time, know what you're going to be getting into, and I think it's going to be better. If you have ever done a no-buy, and I have done a no-buy before, I just don't remember how exactly I felt, and this is why I'm filming those videos, because this is like my video diary that I get to share with the world as well. But for me, it's good because this is how I reflect on things. If you have ever done a no-buy and you remember how you felt, please write it in the comments below, because I don't know if I felt so crappy in the beginning of the month, in the first 3 weeks, because how things happened in my personal life, like the move and the war, or if no-buy is actually crappy in the beginning when you first do it, after a long period of time of being more on the consumerism side. So I don't know if it's crappy or if it's actually just me and the way my life went. Let me know in the comments. I do think that things in July are going to be far easier. As you know, if you started a new job lately, you get all consumed by that, and I don't really think that I'll have time to think about shopping or think about things that I might want. And so I expect July to be a little bit easier. Also, we have everything open again, so we can go to work, we can go to a restaurant. Today I'm meeting a friend of mine for lunch, which is super nice. And so things are a little bit different. I do expect things to be nicer in the month of July. So if you like this kind of real talk and this method and the things that we're doing and the vibe of this channel, then definitely feel free to like and join us and subscribe. I would love to connect with you in the comments and hear your opinions and your experiences. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye for now.